It is Asrael Zemenick, and I'm coming to you live today from Nashville, Tennessee, where it is beautiful and sunny and just divine out. I almost did my talk outside, but I thought I want to feel grounded because we're going to really open up to some expanded states. And while I feel grounded outside with the sun and the heat, I felt like it would take me more out of my body. So yeah, so I want to open to an expanded state today. I want to open and discuss a little bit this sense of what's happening to our energy bodies at this time and what we're moving into as a collective, right? Um, I call it sort of like the awakening of the crystalline grid, right? Is it really crystalline? Probably not. Is it crystals? Does it have to do with crystals? Probably not, although we can very much use them for access points. Instead, it's taking our awareness and knowing that instead of moving from like sort of a linear being that moves up and down and out, front and back with the chakras, we're expanding in all layers of our being. There's certain energy lines that are being awakened. There are um, well, I call them the crystalline grid, right? These parts of us, like a spider web or beyond, that are coming into our awareness so that not only are we functioning up and down and front and back, we're functioning to the sides, we're functioning to the diagonals, and we're functioning with our awareness in a more holistic and whole way than ever before. And for some of this, a lot of this is already coming online. It's sort of like, oh, yeah, like I'm seeing and sensing things before I knew what happened more than I ever did before. Or there might be people who are having their intuition like light up, right? Because this crystalline energy opens as we open into the space of higher consciousness and higher experience. um, Things start to come online, right? Like telepathy, dream walking, dream worlds, right? Being able to access memories from past and future, grabbing from different timelines, even different paradigms, being able to connect to nature, animals in different ways, and being able to have a whole different experience of the sensory experience of being human. And so when I talk about like opening and awakening into this crystalline grid or into this place, we're not just talking about like, oh, now all of a sudden I'm like, I can feel my energy field in different areas. It's really about coming online. It's having parts of our brain, parts of our awareness, and parts of our consciousness coming online in different ways. Being able to access more information, being able to reach our antennas out there and collect more, understand more, and integrate more than we ever have before. So it's really, really exciting and it's really, really powerful. And in my visions and in my experiences of all this, when it's happening, even though it makes us at times feel very vulnerable because there's so much more coming in and more that we have to process. And I'm going to talk about that in a moment, but it also, instead of making us more vulnerable, it's actually giving us more ground, more radiance. If you think about it, if we're standing up like this, like a biped, and the wind comes, it's like, whoa, wash us all over, right? Or move from side to side. But instead, we're going to be this circle, right? Circle with rays, rays of light, almost like our aura, but the aura is more filled in. And there's going to be a stability. There's going to be a sense of here I am. And from within, all this light expands and has circuits to move through now, has abilities to be able to express and to experience and to share in such a bigger way. Frequencies, we can hold higher frequencies. We can move with a sense of knowing, again, a deepening of intuition in so much different ways than we ever have before. And this has been coming online for quite some time. This isn't just in the last year or 2 years or 5 years, right? Maybe we're looking at the last 15 years, we've really seen some leaps and bounds with it. And then, of course, in the last 3 or 4 years, it's like, oh my gosh, stuff is happening big time. And so, one of the things that it can do for us is open us. It can open us into great ways to receiving, grounding, and maintaining more light, more connection with soul, more connection with true purpose. And by true purpose, I'm not talking about what your job is, I'm talking about what your experience of being is. And so in doing this, and as this happens, it's just naturally unfolding for us. It is also purifying a lot, cleansing a lot, shifting a lot for us. And because we're turning things on behind us, in front of us, to the sides of us in different ways, we're feeling it a lot more intensely. And we're feeling the collective energies and what's going on with the collective energies in such a bigger, bigger, bigger way. And so really like knowing if you're feeling extra sensitive, if you're like, why am I just like I almost want to shut down sometimes because there's so much coming in. It's because you are awakening, you are more sensitive, and there's more happening and more affecting you than there has been at other times. You're seeing it, you're experiencing it more. And so one of the things that you can do, right, is even just start to become aware of your field and to think, okay, it's not just up and down that I have to like stay grounded in, but can I fill in my field? Can I imagine these beautiful bubbles of light surrounding me so that I am held, I am safe? And I don't have to take all this extra stuff in. Can you find your ground in your center? And then can you ask for only that what you want to come in that will serve you at this time? We're learning a lot about boundaries, right? We're learning about a lot about asking for what we need and listening for what we need right now. And so, really, really inviting you to know it's okay to be a little bit more sensitive. It's okay to have all this stuff sort of like hitting you in a bigger way. We're all going through it right now, right, in our own way. And at the same time, there's things you can do about it as we expand outward, as we open into these different grid lines, and these grid lines, how do I describe them? They're like a sacred geometry of the universe, right? They are lines of magic, magnetism. They're lines of greater flexibility and greater structure within that flexibility. And they're sort of like, like I don't know how to describe it. Like sort of like if you could think of a feelers on a bug or like a plant, right? And those tendrils that come out. Only they're more structured than that. That can go out and like experience and um, see so much more, right? And we're just at the beginning of this growth and this evolution. We're just at the beginning of this shift. And it doesn't mean that the chakras aren't going to be important in 20 years, 50 years. They are. They're always going to be our filters to our physical body. And yet we're going to have this complex understanding, and there's this complex awakening that's moving through us, that's expanding through us that is really going to take sort of precedence where we'll be centered here and yet we're going to feel centered out here and again have these new sort of skills or these new gifts coming online. um and when I say new gifts coming online, like telepathy or intuition or being able to tap into the different paradigms or timelines, we all want to know like how, when. I want to do it now, now, now. It's not going to happen until these grid lines are in place, and it's not going to happen until we're ready. This is all about divine timing. So it's not about trying to get it going or trying to figure it out. It's about actually saying, okay, like where can I ground in and allow this process to happen and take care of myself, nurture myself. To come into that. And after I do that, and as I do that, that will actually support me when these skills and this timing comes online. Um, Anyways, I've talked a lot. And I think I'd like to just give us more of an experience because it's hard to put into words what we can't really see and what we all might see and experience differently. So if you're watching this and if you have any questions, ask away. And if you're watching this and you want to share your experience, share what your experience of the crystalline is. Share what your experience of this evolving energy body is, because it's different for us all and we're going to see it in different ways. But it's really important to understand that this is what's happening. We're shifting. Our magnetic energies are shifting. Our nadis are shifting. Our energy is expanding in a way that's greater than it ever has before. So I would like to lead us through an experience, a short experience, and I'm going to invite you to get comfortable and lie down if you want or stay seated and taking a few moments and finding your breath. And I always like to tune into everyone that's watching this video all around the world, everyone that's going through this same experience in their own way, knowing we're not alone and that it is messy and it is hard. And it's also joyous and bright and beautiful because we are cracking the old ways. We are opening to a fuller experience of being. So I'd like you to imagine out in front of you. Might be in front of your heart, it might be in front of your head, it doesn't matter, wherever you see it. I'd like you to imagine a spinning Merkaba of light. Now, the Merkaba, some people call it Merkaba, the Merkaba is like a star, a multi-dimensional star. And it's an access point where we can connect to the higher frequencies and sort of open into higher dimensions and higher realities. So just take a moment and feel and experience this Merkaba in front of you. It's spinning the perfect pace. And you might notice, even as you just bring your awareness to this Merkaba, and don't worry if you don't know what one is, just whatever you're seeing is perfect. Notice how there might be parts of your body and parts of your being that are being activated. For me, I'm noticing a lot right at my third eye, center of the forehead, throat, crown. Actually, all my chakras are being activated right now. And so just notice where you may be experiencing some tingling or light or feeling. And then notice that there's a Merkaba up above your head. This one might be spinning, it might be still. It's about 2 feet up above your head right now. And then one behind you, even with the one in front of you. One Merkaba below you, and one to either side. So you have these spinning beams of starlight around you right now. And again, just noticing what you're sensing. You may feel or experience like you are in a sacred container of light. And if it feels comfortable and if it feels good for you, I'm going to ask you now to place a Merkaba in your heart center, in the center of your chest, Anahata chakra. I'm seeing this as rose quartz. And notice that this Merkaba is connected to the energy of a lion. And it's a very special lion. It's a star lion, a white lion that is transformed up to the energy of the starlight. And notice that this white lion and this rose quartz Merkaba are both grounding and expansive. And the white lion is asking you to look in front of you. He or she is actually leading you there. And in front of you, there is a gateway, a doorway, and they are urging you to step through the doorway, to step into the space of expanded consciousness. So I invite you to stand and step through the doorway and to notice that you are in a space of radiant light, seeing rose and light green, white, blue. And this light is glittering through the space, glittering through your experience like light beams, soft and gentle, and yet very high vibration. And notice how grounded you feel. And at the same time, notice how expanded you feel. And note that you are stepping into part of the crystalline being that is awakening for you right here, right now. And walk around. Notice if it's online, or notice if it feels like it's quiet, or a mix of both. Notice that there are ladders and holes and places you can walk to and go. And see if you can walk all the way around the back of your body. And notice that the grid is even brighter here, that there is support for you here. Don't worry if you're not seeing like lines or anything, just be with the light, be with the energy of this beauty, this gentle color. Call on your lion if you're needing more guidance, if you're lost, you're not sure if you're doing it right. Huh. What does your lion have to say? Because they have a message for you right now. Trust in the messages you're getting right now. And then feel the Merkaba at the center of your heart. Feel the Merkaba in this space and invite it to shine bright. Invite it to open and to energize whatever parts of you are ready to come online, and whatever parts of you are here now and open. And notice how this whole experience of your being lights up. Notice how there's energy moving forward, behind you, to the sides, above you, below you. Notice that you are back in the heart and you are back in this space of pure center. Notice the peace here. Notice the sweetness here and the stillness here. Notice the safety here and just let yourself feel this moment, this space, this place right now. So it's just beginning. Notice that there's so much more coming online, but it's just coming into being right here and right now. And notice that if you could just bring attention to this Merkaba in your heart, you are instantly open to the divine. You are in center. You are present. You are here now. And take a moment and just notice if you could scan out in front of you and behind you and below you and above you, diagonal. Notice how big the space is that you are inhabiting and going to inhabit. And notice it's not about you jumping out and forward, but it's about being here now. So taking a moment and allowing all the Merkabas around you come into one giant Merkaba. And then inviting that Merkaba to come in and inform the space in your heart, bringing with it power and awareness. Dropping a grounding cord from this rose quartz Merkaba in your heart down to the earth. And taking a moment here to know that as you evolve and as you expand, all you need to do is be here now. Mm. So just taking a few moments, feeling your body, finding your breath, and only when you're ready, opening your eyes. Mm. Thank you so much for sharing this time with me today. Wishing you so, so, so much love on your journey. Namaste.